Welcome to Austin, Texas, where they say down here, everything is bigger than in Texas. The power, the expectations, everything you could think of, it's bigger down here. But what if I told you there's a team that always gets overshadowed in the same state? You know about the Houston Astros. They get all the publicity, good or bad. World Series rings, cheating scandals. These Rangers, though, not a single thing. And they've been down bad the last couple of years, man. So we come out here, one job only. Bring the Texas Rangers back to glory, surpass the Houston Astros, and put this team back on the map again. Welcome to the Texas Rangers franchise on MLB The Show 21. I hope you enjoy it. Hey, what's good, everybody? This is John Jake Gaiman on the mic here, man, and I'm coming at you, starting a brand new series, doing something brand new for the very first time on the PS5, the first series on the PS5 as well, man. The Texas Rangers franchise in MLB The Show 2021. And I'll tell you what, man, I'm looking at this squad right now. We might be a little bit down bad to start the season, man. We are ranked 28th out of 30 teams, at least overall wise. Matter of fact, the only things that we're good at, we got defense, we got speed, but we suck at everything else. So it's gonna be a little bit of a long rebuild, especially because I haven't played this game very much beforehand. You know, any of the MLB The Show series games, because I just switched over to the PS5. So this is going to be really interesting. We're going to go ahead and check out the start. You know, what this roster is going to be looking like. And I'm looking across the board, man. I'm going to be honest with you guys, you know, starting pitching is not very good whatsoever. We are going to be in quite a rebuild, to be honest with you, man. Not a lot of great talent starting pitching is concerned for us. Our best relief pitchers are actually at the minor league level, so we're gonna have to maybe do some call-ups right away to see what's going on there. Closing pitchers, again, best closer that we have is in AAA, so again, just gotta keep doing some call-ups. You know, we got a lot of, you know, players that could be ready for the MLB level, but it's going to be a really rough year, man. It's going to be a really big rebuild for us in general. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how we go ahead and approach this series in general. So, yeah, man, I am excited to see what we can do. We do have one solid player, Isaiah Khalifa, 81 overall guy. Left fielder, okay. Center field, you know, we got a bunch of center fielders, but, you know, a bunch of them at the AAA level. Of right field, we do have one really good right field, Joey Gallo. He's going to be our centerpiece, and you know, really the big thing is, what are we going to do with him? Are we going to trade him? Are we going to try to build around this guy? That's stuff that we all have to figure out, because I mean, we have two good players on this roster, and that's it, you know. So I mean, it's going to be a fun rebuild. It's going to be a nice long series, I would imagine, you know, trying to build from the bottom to the top. As long as you guys are staying interested, of course. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into this, man. Let's go ahead and select the Texas Rangers. Let's get it, baby. So, all right, y'all. So we're going out here. You know, we're seeing what we want to do, what we, you know, don't want to auto manage. And the only thing that I might auto manage is the scouting. You know, as a general manager, you know, that's not something that you do on a day-to-day basis. You have scouts for a reason. So I'm going to let them go out, auto-manage event. You'll try to make the best decisions as possible based on what our scouts are telling us. Other than that, you know, setting our lineups in rotation, you know, 40-man staff, hiring and firing staff, you know, all that good stuff. We're going to have control over the rest of the roster, just with the exception of that managing stuff. Now, it gives us an option to whether to do spring training or to just go right into the regular season. I think we're just going to go ahead and go right into spring training, to be honest with you. Simply because, you know, I don't know what to expect from the squad, man, to be honest with you. So we'll definitely play a few spring training games, or at least a handful here in this episode. And we're going to figure things out. So we are, I'm not sure how to go about this series. So if you guys have any suggestions, you know, let me know down in the comments, you know, of how I want to go about this series. But In the meantime, let's just go ahead and jump right into our first spring training game. Let's see what we got.
Afternoon baseball here on the show. Today, a spring training matchup between the Texas Rangers and the Kansas City Royals. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next.
Alright, man, so we're down here in spring training, and we're going to be going up against Brady Singer, who had a decent year last year, had 12 starts, a 4.0 ERA, in the 60-game season, 61 strikeouts, and 23 walks, as we have our very first batter coming up to the plate, Isaiah Kinner Falifa. I'm probably going to butcher a lot of these names, to be honest with you, as we'll check out some of the guys, and we get a nice bait hit down in the center field, first at-bat that we have in this series, and it ends up a single, in the outfield, was something that I really like to see. Now, one thing that I did do is I do have it on dynamic difficulty, because I'm not sure how good or how bad I was, at this game necessarily, still kind of getting a gauge for everything. So I have it at dynamic difficulty. So basically how that is, the better that we are, the more difficult will be increased as the series goes on, and likewise, the more that we suck, the easier that, batting and pitching will be. So something to really think about as we do move our first base runner over to second base, get him into scoring position. So not a bad at-bat by any means, as we now have our third guy up at the plate trying to bring him over, as we get a nice cut on that ball, but that's not that's gonna be fouled off, as David Dahl, he's gonna go ahead and chip it down the first lane line again. He's got some decent speed, but is not able to run it out, unfortunately. But again, we move the runner over and sets up Joey Gallo, who is supposed to be our best player, but he only bat 181 last season. So he was a little down bad, probably a big reason why these Texas Rangers, had a really difficult time last season. If we're going to play any better, we need to be able to go ahead and try, to go about, get more production out of this kid, as Gao is, he's not seeing the ball that great. Sinker that probably could have been let go for a ball, but trying to go ahead and swing at a sinker. We had it lined up, but we just swung too late. And that's how this first inning goes for us here, man. And we go ahead now and take a look at a guy that we're sending out to the mound, Rick Slade, who I talked about, earlier in the episode, man. He was one of those guys that, for some reason is down at the single A level. I want to go ahead and see if he's ready for the big leagues, just yet. Give him at least a few innings of action. Trying to get a gauge for how good or how, bad this kid is. Overall is not everything. It is something that will help drive my decisions, but, you know how it is with MLB, don't want to rush guys up too quickly, even if, they may be better than some of the guys on the big league roster. But right now, Rick Slade's not doing too bad, showing some decent control here as we get a nice grounder up the middle, but we dive way too early. So that's something that I gotta work on for sure, man. You could tell that, having, very noobish at this game, to say the least. But runner on first base now. We'll see how Rick Slade works out of the stretch, since there is now a runner on first base, as Slade will, doing a good job painting the corners, as there's another base hit, this time down right field. Got it right in between our first and second baseman. And we now got people in scoring position now, as Hunter Dozier is now at the plate. He didn't play last season. He opted out of the 2020 season, because of COVID, of course, which I can't blame him. Trying to keep yourself safe in these tough times. Has got a 1-2 count now, trying to see if we can strike this guy out here. And we don't strike him out, and we're very fortunate that was foul, because that was going to bring in at least one run. See if Rich Slade can recover, as we almost got the four-seamer to go in. I felt like that painted that strike zone really well, but if disagreed, you got to get the eyes checked, because that was definitely a strike, but no problems here. It doesn't cost us, anything like that. We're going to make him foul out, actually. So Rick Slade gets out of some trouble, man. We're still tied up at 0 apiece. Still looking for our first run in this game. Let's see if Nate Lowe can deliver, as he's going to go ahead and take that one for a ball. as the Royals are actually going to go ahead and try to, get a little bit of a shift down the right side. We'll see how that works out for them, though. As we're doing a good job of, reading some balls. 2-0 count as Nate Lowe. Is that going to be gone? It is going to be gone. That's gone like a girl in a country song. Home run for Nate Lowe, the first one of spring training. And our first one of the series as well, man. Now that's something that I definitely love to see, getting that kind of offense going. And we're going to go ahead and strike first here, make this a 1-0 game here in the top of the second inning. As we get a nice cut on that one, Charlie Caberson is now at the plate, a 1-1 count coming up. And we're doing a decent job, reading balls and strikes, but we just got to be a little bit earlier, when it comes to swinging the bat. As we get a nice hit down the left-hand side. That's a single to the left fielder. So now we got Charlie on base, and Rodney Presley, who's looking to make the big league club as well. He does not have any MLB experience either. He's looking to make the club. We'll see if he can have the kind of performance that'll take him over the top, or will we have to keep him in minor leagues a little bit longer, as that's a nice hit as well. So we might get a little something going here outside of the home run as well. That's something that I would certainly love to see going forward, as it's still a 1-1 count here. Now we got Isaiah back at the plate once again. We got guys in scoring position, man, and we got to make sure that we take care of business here. 1-2 count, though. Let's see what we can do here. We swing at a bad pitch. Fouls it, tips it off. And that's going to cause us, end of the inning for us. But we get a home run from Nate Lowe. That's going to give us a 1-0 lead here, man. So I definitely like to see that. As we'll move on over to the end of the third inning, see what Rick Slade can do. He's actually doing pretty nice. Still hasn't allowed a run up to this point. That being said, though, I am starting to think about maybe getting some guys, some more playing times. We try to go deep down center field, and it's a ground rule double, the first big hit for the Royals. And now they got guys in field position as we get stolen at third. Oh my goodness. And that one's on me, man. Just not realizing what was happening right off the bat. We do at least get a strikeout with Rick Slade. That's his 4th one already in less than 3 innings of action. Could be a high strikeout guy, and that's something I would really like to see. And we're going to get ourselves out of trouble. So Rick Slade, a guy that doesn't have any big league experience either. He's really been doing a very good job of taking care of business, and so much so, we originally decided, that we were going to put him in only for 3 innings, but, I want to put him in just a little bit longer, just get a better grasp, what we have in this kid, because he is somebody that is looking to make the big league club, of course, as, Rick Slade's continuing to do a pretty nice job, actually. Hunter Dozier now at the plate once again. We got him to pop out back in the first inning. So let's see if we can get a similar result this time around, as this one's carried to deep and I slip and fall. I accidentally press the wrong button, and we don't even pick up the ball immediately. This could be a whole lot of trouble. They're going to get an inside the park home run. Oh my goodness. Do I really suck at this game? Oh man, I hope we get a lot better, because if we, we're playing with one of the worst teams potentially in the MLB, to be honest with you. And, if we are making those kind of mistakes as well to compound it, it could be a long season for us going forward, man. So hopefully we can clean that up. That's just need more game reps, on my end. Can't blame that on the center fielder. No matter how you try to, say it. But we go ahead and get Rick Slade out of there. And now Sam Gavaggio is now going to come in the game, and he has a 9 ERA from last season, man. So not good whatsoever. A whip of 2.67. But let's see if, we can at least, try to be a little bit better there. And Sam does get us out of the inning. We do no longer have the lead, though, as we now go against Irvin Santana, who's also, had some struggles of his own for sure. 9.5 ERA So let's see if we can at least hit off this kid, or is he going to also show the same improvement that, our pitcher, Sam Galvaggio, is going to show. He's got an 0-2 count here in the 5th inning. Going to go ahead, get a nice hit down the right-hand side. That's going to bloop right in front of the right fielder. So we got guys on 1st and 2nd once again, man. We're in business here. Let's see if we can move the runners over as David Dahl pops it up in the right-hand side. And unfortunately, our runner at 2nd base, he just can't. He doesn't have the speed for it, man. If we had, switched the base runners, you know what I'm saying? Probably would have gone to 3rd base. But instead, Joey Gallo, is back at the plate once again. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. We'll see if Joey can go ahead and move some guys over, and tie this ball game up as we get hit by a pitch. So we draw our first walk by the hit by pitch, and now the bases are loaded for Nate Lowe, who has that home run in the 2nd inning. Let's see if we can get some more RBIs as we try to send this one deep. But it's, just didn't get enough on the ball, unfortunately. And that's going to be the mid of the 5th inning. We strand 3 runners. Not a good look for us whatsoever. And we're still down by 1. And Sam Galvaggio, he's going to be on the mound still. Going to have him pitch through the rest of this inning. And then maybe next inning, get another pitcher in, Get a look at as many people as possible as we try. I need to figure out how to do some of this stuff. He could have definitely robbed that home run ball. But because we couldn't figure things out, Michael Taylor, he gets his first home run, of spring training himself. And they're just getting some hits lined up on Sam here. So now the Royals, they got a multi-run lead here, up 3-1 now. So definitely some work that needs to be done. But let's see if Sam can work himself out of it, though. 0-2 count here. See if we can go ahead and get a strikeout at the very least. Got to watch out for the man on first as we strike him out. You'll love to absolutely see it. So that will help the cause out quite a bit. Let's see if we can strike out this guy as well. No, he's actually going to go ahead and pop up, the right-hand side, a foul ball. So now 0-2 count here once again. Trying to get him to chase with the sinker, but that's inside. So a 1-2 count coming for Whit Merrifield as we throw another pitch high once again. Trying to get it to sink, but releasing the ball too early, man. Again, just got to work on that kind of stuff here. It's now 2-2 count. Trying to get him to chase again with a curveball. And he now has able to work this into a full count. Come on, man. You had it at an 0-2. Just finish the guy off. See if we can do it with the changeup here. Pitches up. We throw it too early again. And we walk him when we had him at an 0-2 count. So that's going to be the end of Sam Gallinger. So we bring in Kyle Cody now, at the plate. Make sure he gets a little bit of warm-up time in before we get things rocking and rolling. As we now have George Soler at the plate, who's going to send this one to center field. It's a little bit of a chase, but our guys are fast enough again. We got the speed for it as now they're going to try to send the runner over to 3rd. And he is in at safe. Again, if for those of you that are on the PS5, by the way, if you could let me know how to hit that cutoff, man, that would be great. I haven't been able to figure it out yet as of the recording of this video, of course. But we get out the ending at the very least. We're up, we're down 3-1. We just got to hope that, our offense can come through for us eventually. Got to get more than 1 run on the board. If we can't, then this could be a long year, what I'm saying. Because, got to be able to get some runs. Because that's the point. You'll win the game by scoring more runs than the other team. And if we have a problem with that, then we're going to have a problem for the majority of the season, right? So, again, hope that our, pitching's actually not been too bad. As we tried to dive for it, but I forget how to dive here. Again, we're just riding the struggle bus here, man. It just hasn't been a good look whatsoever, And because of that, they got runners in scoring position. So Kansas City Royals, they can actually go ahead and extend this lead even further as they send another one deep to left field. But at least we can get under this one and prevent the runners from advancing. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. As Sensa Alberto Mendesi, who is 2 for 3 at the plate so far today. He's been pretty successful for the most part, as we try to get him to chase with a slider. That's going to be called for a ball, though. Still got a 1-2 count, though. Let's see if we can strike this guy out, as we throw a good pitch, but we can't, can't help that, guy got a really good contact with the ball, got a good pitch. Just sometimes, better bat beats a better pitcher, it sometimes happens like that, even if it's our best possible pitch that we can do. But we still got bases loaded here, still got 2 outs, and we get out of the jam, thankfully. Nice composure. I do like to see that. But let's see if we can get some actual offense, on the board, man. Greg Holland's now in the game, here in the top of the 7th inning, trying to get something going to get ourselves back into this game. We're still only down by 2 runs, though, as we had a 4-seamer, but we tipped it off, unfortunately, just a tad late. As we check swing on the slider. Thought that was going to be a strike, but we got fooled, and we got bamboozled on our way to a strikeout. But hang on now, we got ourselves a little bit of a rally going on here, and looks like we got a little bit of miscommunication as well, not even realizing that there was a guy moving towards second base. So they call that a single, and then a error, I guess, they called it an EA, so they call that an error on the center fielder, which is really weird to me because center fielder had absolutely nothing to do with that. But it's whatever, man. We got a man on second base now. Let's see if we can go ahead and bring him home, as David Dahl struggled in this one, 0 for 3, and is about to be 0 for 4, striking out looking. You absolutely hate to see it as well. So because of that, Royals are going to be back up to bat as we bring in Matt Bush this time around. He didn't get any wins or losses last year, but he has a 4.7 ERA, and, having an ERA like in the high 3, low 4s, that's pretty typical considering, there is, in the American League, they got that designated hitter. They don't have the automatic out, like we do with the National League, you know what I'm saying? So let's see what Matt Bush can do here in this inning of work. There's already a runner on first base, as Cam Gallinger now comes to the plate here for the very first time in spring training, as we throw another pitch inside, a 2-seamer that goes down for a strike. So it's an 0-2 count now. Trying to hit him with a 4-seamer one more time. Trying to hit him with the high cheese, and we got him. 97 miles per hour, baby. I love to see that. So we get our first out with Matt Bush. Let's see if we can get another out with him, as we throw another 4-seamer. Getting it to a 2-2 count, as that ball was tipped foul, as we tried to, get him with the 4-seamer once again, but this time he actually hits this one. Runners now move to the corners. And we got ourselves a little bit of a situation, as Hanser Alberto now comes to the plate for the first time in spring training as well. So let's see what Matt Bush can do. We could walk him, or, try to go and get the strikeout, or force a double play. Probably double play would probably be the best for us right now, as we got to an 0-2 count here. Got him looking down below. Big pitch coming up here for Matt Bush. 1 out at least. Keep it in the infield, so that this run doesn't score, as they try to tip it down the first baseline, but that's going to be called for a foul. It's now 0-2 count once again. Get him with the high cheese, and that's exactly what we needed, a strikeout for Matt Bush. So runners still at the corners, but we got an 0-2 count, as this ball is sent deep. And that's going to clear the bases up for sure, as we avoid the cutoff man, get it right to second base. And that's going to score 2 more runs for the Royals. It's now a 5-1 game. Not what I wanted to see with when it's 2 strikes and 2 outs. But we get out of it with the next batter, but could not hold it down. Royals score some more runs. So we're down 5-1, and we're running out of time here to try to go ahead and make a comeback, as we're down. And speaking of that comeback train, let's see if we can do it here, man. Rodney Presley, to be fair, has been pretty solid in this game. 2 for 3. That's something that I like to see. Maybe he's going to have to, be part of his big league club, at least as a designated hitter, as they got their closer, Josh Stallmont, on the mound. Rodney Presley trying to at least keep the rally going. 2 outs here, gonna be down to our last out. And now we're down to our final strike as out here, man. So let's see if Rodney Presley can come ahead and make a comeback for us. And he strikes out. Ball is dropped though, but that's going to be an easy throw. And the Kansas City Royals are going to win this opener against the Texas Rangers 5-1.
So we go ahead and lose our initial spring break matchup. We Rick Slade got the loss for us, but it wasn't really his fault. We just didn't give him the run support that he needed. Almost 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, no walks, but did allow 2 earned runs, which, by the way, that was because our guy fell down in center field. I can't believe they gave him those earned runs, but that being said, let's go ahead and get through the rest of spring trading, and see how we do. Alright, so we went ahead and simulated through the rest of spring training, and that being said, we won some games, we lost some games, we ended up finishing 10-17. It doesn't mean like much of anything because, it is only spring training, but since we are now at the very end of the, spring training period, we now have to go ahead and figure out who we're going to trim down. We had 40 guys, we're trimming it down to 25, so I have some really important decisions to make, which I will have to go make those. We'll have to figure out who we're going to want to bring onto the big league squad to start our first season as, the manager of the Texas Rangers. It should be a good one because I'll show you the 25-man roster that we trimmed down to, as well as the custom prospects in this series. So if you're excited for the series, man, do me a favor and please smash that like button for me. And if you happen to be brand new to the channel as well and made it all the way to the end of this video, hit that subscribe button and feel free to hit me up down in the comments as well. This is John J. Gaming on the mic, going ahead and signing off. But I'm hoping you're all out there having a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.